This week's video is brought to you by Black Wolf. Black Wolf is a men's wellness brand helping men feel and look their best through their skin, body, and hair care products.
So, what do you think?
Well, I don't feel too dry like I do when I use a bar of soap, but take a whiff. That's the big one.
You definitely smell better than you usually do.
Well, there's a win right there. And their products are made with the best possible active ingredients to clean, soothe, and hydrate your skin. And all of their products are very reasonably priced. And what I found after using their products is how well hydrated my skin felt. Plus, my wife loved the way that I smelled. An added bonus. Black Wolf cuts out the middleman, produces very high quality products at affordable prices. Made by guys, for guys. Click the link in the description to get Black Wolf's best-selling charcoal-infused products in this exclusive face and body wash bundle and receive a free body scrubber and toiletry bag. Today's Father's Day, and it's also our 23rd wedding anniversary.
And we still like each other?
And we still like each other.
We still want to sit by each other?
On most days. Okay, 23 years ago, we were leaving our beautiful wedding / reception / karaoke / your uncle's playing.
My uncles had some awesome music.
Yeah,
It was a little.
it was a party. It was a good time. It was a really good time.
Good food.
We were hungry. We decided before we drove up into the White Mountains to go spend a few days up at her grandmother's cabin. We decided we were going to go get some carne asada tacos from our favorite little taco joint, and then head out of town. We pull into the drive-thru.
The car was all decked out. It had I think there was toilet paper or something.
Oh, it says just married all over the windows.
Cans. Yeah.
And we pull in the drive-thru, and the lady slides the window open, and she looks at us, and she goes, "Oh, you guys just got married?" And I said, "Yeah."
Just like her.
And she says, "Did you know there are 3 rings in marriage?" And I said, "Oh, yeah?" She goes, "Your ring, her ring, and suffering." And I thought to myself,
We looked at each other.
great advice. 2 hours after we just got married. Then we get about 35 to 40 minutes up on our way up to the cabin and realize you forgot the keys. Turn around and come back. We end up staying the first night at our new little house, apartment, whatever it was. Then the next morning we go pick up the keys.
Showed up at my mom's house to pick up the keys.
And they're trying to figure out why we're there. Then we hightail it up to the White Mountains, and we proceeded to watch John Wayne movies for the next week. And the suffering may have in fact been true. But what's the advice? What's the secret to 23 years? Well, I guess let's tell the rest of the story. We get married. 1 year to the day later, it's also Father's Day. Mm-hmm. Cedar is in labor, having our oldest daughter, Sage. So I remember thinking to myself, as a new father, about to be a new father, thinking to myself, that's a pretty cool gift to get a new child on Father's Day. But Cedar held out until the next day. Or Sage.
That was Sage.
Or Sage held out until the next day. So we've got our anniversary. We've got Sage's birthday. Then 5 years and 3 days later, we've got Rhett's birthday. So June is a busy month for us.
Just had your birthday.
But just had my birthday as well. But at the end of the day, we have been married for 23 years. What's the secret?
The secret? With you, for sure, lots of laughter.
Suffering. High tolerance for suffering.
No, you guys gotta laugh.
Laughter. How
Laugh,
about
forgiveness,
forgiveness?
patience, tolerance, long suffering.
long suffering? Commitment, right? We're not looking for options. We're looking for, in spite of our crazy life and the life that we've lived, we know it's best together. Right?
Right.
Okay. Happy Father's Day to all you fathers out there. And if it happens to be your anniversary, happy anniversary. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
used to fall apart, lose myself and give my heart away. Come and go in shady places. I used to sit and stare. Now the light runs through my lashes. Oh, it's taken 40 years, blood, sweat and tears. You are the love. I can't show you how to start to find your way. I like the old-fashioned way. Give me that sweet love, those warm-up kisses. Oh, well, you are the love. Life has a quirky way. Circle breaks, we find a new day. And strangers we know become husbands. Every dance has its pace, interlace, intertwine. Now you can't save time. Run along, kiss. You two will be more than pairs one day. You are the love. I can't show you how to start to find your way. I like the old-fashioned way. Give me that sweet love, those warm-up and kisses. Oh, you are the love. Sing it. You are the love. I can show you how to start to find your way. I like the old-fashioned way. Give me that sweet love, those warm-up and kisses. Oh, you are the love. You are the love. I can't show you how to start to find your way. I like the old-fashioned way. Give me that sweet love, those warm-up and kisses. Oh, you are the love. Sing it. You are the love. I can show you how to start to find your way. I like the old-fashioned way.
Is everybody ready? Here we go.
While I was desperately trying to get the tiny off-grid cabin finished up, Cedar took the kids down to Utah to a place called Lagoon. It's a family fun park that holds a bit of a special place in my heart, yet I chose to stay up here working on our place while they had some well-deserved fun. When I was fairly young, on one of our summer family vacation trips, we stopped by Lagoon while we were on our way up to our family ranch. I can remember my dad and my older brother getting on one of the roller coaster rides that had a double loop And after getting off the ride, my dad's watch was about 3 hours faster than it should have been. That was also the first time I rode on the old rickety roller coaster that still to this day exists at Lagoon. I don't need too many reasons to talk about my dad. He was a prime example of what a man and a father should be. When I was about 11 years old, he would have been somewhere around my age right now. If I recall correctly, he decided to get some more life insurance, and when they did the blood work associated with that life insurance, they discovered that he had something terribly wrong in his body. When he finally went to the specialist and they finally figured out what he had, they called it myelofibrosis. Myelofibrosis is oftentimes connected to the overexposure to radiation. At that time, they didn't think he would live more than a couple of years. I can still remember the day, as an 11-year-old, when my parents sat the family down and tried to explain that there was a chance that our dad wouldn't live more than a few more years. I still remember my oldest sister, who would have been in her early 20s at the time, being pretty upset about this news. It seems that at that point in our family life, things changed pretty dramatically. My mom had to go back to school to finish her college degree. My dad continued to work as a school teacher, as well as serve in his church callings. But that particular summer, I can remember my dad going to a number of different specialists, trying to figure out how he can deal with this disease that he had. It seemed that even the doctors at that time weren't quite sure what to do with him, but he had to start taking some pretty heavy medications. My dad was always very health conscious. I've talked about it before, but my parents always had a garden. He was always very active. And because of his new diagnosis, he got real serious about alternative ways to deal with his health. The good news is he lived 26 years. The doctors had no explanation as to why he lived as long as he did, but I'm firmly convinced he lived as long as he needed to raise his family right and see many of his grandkids come into this world. When I was in my teenage years, I went to the high school where my dad taught. And as I tried to figure out my path in life, for whatever reason, I struggled to connect with my father. Their mom just jumped the fence right there. Oh, okay. We don't want to separate them from their mom. We don't want to scare them through the fence. These guys are like a few days old. They're not a few weeks old. They're like 3 or 4 days old.
How can they walk?
Look at them. They can barely walk. Get up the hill. Go find your mom.
Oh, look how cute. They're really
Oh,
cute. They do look like little goats.
They're too young. Okay.
Look at it.
Their mom's way back there.
Yeah, she'll come up to them though. They just need to go through the fence. Separate. There. Oh, there. There's Mama. Mama across the road. There it goes. In some cases, I felt I would never measure up. And for a time, I felt there was a bit of a disconnect between me and him. As life went on, Cedar and I got married, and the relationship I had with my dad changed. He raised me and my brothers in a way where we knew how to treat women. He always emphasized the importance of opening the door for our wives and treating them with the utmost respect. As the years went by, and as his health seemed to be okay, I began to think that he was invincible, that he would live through anything. As the years went by and as we all got older, I began to think that maybe the doctors really didn't know what they were talking about, that my dad would live a normal life and all would be well with his health, because he seemed to be fine. He would occasionally have little speed bumps, but he would always recover. He took a handful of supplements every day in an effort to maintain his health. And again, he lived a good life. He was always there for us if we needed him. At the drop of a hat, they would travel wherever they had to help out in whatever situation we needed. And it was quite obvious that they loved being grandparents, as they spent much of their time with the family. I've said this before, but my parents raised us in a way where they made it incredibly clear how important family was. My dad made sure that we all got together on a regular basis at one of our houses to celebrate whatever happened to be going on in our lives at that time. He was our greatest cheerleader, and because of his life experience, he always seemed to offer the perfect counsel in whatever situation happened to be going on in our lives. Basically everything is done except for a little bit of trim around the door and the flooring. I have to run and pick up some materials, and then I'm gonna get back up here and see if we can't start getting this cleaned out and getting the flooring figured out, and then it's basically done. I'm really looking forward to trying to use it. Cedar and the kids want to come up and help me clean it, so then we can use it as a family. It's really coming together. I'm really happy with what it looks like, so I'm kind of anxious to get it done. He refused to give up on his kids, even at times when we gave up on each other because of differences of opinions. His love for his family was unconditional. A little over 8 years ago, his health began to deteriorate. He was ultimately diagnosed with lymphoma cancer, and again I thought for sure he would recover because he was invincible. After a hard-fought battle, his body finally succumbed to the cancer that had overtaken it, and he passed away. Within a year of his passing, Cedar and I decided to move our family from Queen Creek, Arizona to southeastern Idaho, and the rest is history. Even though in my teenage years I struggled to connect with my dad because I felt I would never measure up to him, I later learned that he was imperfect like the rest of us, yet he chose to make an effort to progress every single day and remained incredibly optimistic regardless of what was going on in his life. Again, he was a prime example of a husband and a father. He had his struggles like the rest of us, yet he showed his family what self-discipline and self-control can turn into. He was and is, by definition, the old wise man in the tribe. I can remember my brother-in-law called him Chief for years. As much as I miss him every day, he set the standard by which all of his kids live by. And while we all have a giant void in our hearts where he used to be, we all know that we'll see him again. I've been blessed by many examples in my life of what men should be. And while I'm not perfect, I hope that I can leave a similar legacy to my father. Being a husband and a father is by far the most rewarding experience I've had in my entire life. Watching the woman I love desperately give birth to 5 children and watching those 5 kids grow up has only multiplied the love that I have for my wife and kids. Being a husband and a father is not easy, but it's not supposed to be. Anything worth doing should be difficult and should be a challenge. There was a time when my dad and I were driving down to Mexico to see my sister, and he asked me point blank, what could I have done different for you and your little brother to maybe help you guys avoid some of the mistakes that you made in your youth? And my answer to him was absolutely nothing. We were raised correctly, and we were likely going to make those mistakes no matter what. He got very emotional and said to me that Mom and him were simply doing the best that they knew how to do. Cedar and I are also doing the best that we know how to do. But as parents, we've definitely made mistakes and will continue to make mistakes. But we will also strive to do better tomorrow. I miss my dad every day, but I know he's close by. I wonder what he would think about our crazy life here in southeastern Idaho, living our life completely off-grid. And I'm sure if he was here and in good health, he would be right up here working alongside me every chance he would get. Probably a good 10 years ago, I heard about a book called Strong Fathers, Strong Daughters. I downloaded this book and decided I would listen to it as I was working on an old rundown house that we had just purchased in Snowflake, Arizona. While listening to that book, I was running a tractor around the backyard trying to level off the dirt in preparation for some grass. And at some point I stopped, I went inside the house, got a drink of water, and Cedar looked at me and she said, "What's wrong?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And she said, "I can tell you've been crying." Because I was running the tractor, I was covered head to toe in dust and dirt, and she could see where the tears had ran down my cheeks and washed some of that dirt away. Oh, heck. I told her that as I had listened to that book, I'd felt like I'd made some mistakes with our kids. She reminded me that nobody's perfect and that we are also simply trying to do the best that we know how to do. I have a tremendous amount of gratitude for the legacy that my father left behind. I miss him every day, yet I'm so grateful for the example that he left, as well as the many other fathers, like Cedar's dad and stepdad, have also offered on my behalf. I'm also grateful for my brothers and my brothers-in-law that have also offered incredible examples of what fathers should be in this crazy world we live in.
Holy cow.
What do you think, buddy?
That's cool.
You want me to lift you up there?
Uh-huh.
All want to see what's going on up there?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, let's do this. Do you want to go up there, or do you just want me to lift you up there?
go up there.
Okay, come here. Grab your hands on that.
This is so cool.
What do you think?
This is so cool.
We'll put some foam pads up there with some sleeping bags, and we're good to go.
Okay. How do you get down by yourself?
There's gonna be a ladder here. I have the.
No, like when you go up there.
Oh, I had a ladder in here, but I took it out to do the floor. So there's gonna be a ladder right here. A wood ladder that you go up and you go up in there. What do you think?
Cool.
That's all my mess. Happy Father's Day to all of you men that strive to do your best in spite of all the challenges that are around us. And again, happy anniversary to my lovely wife of 23 years. By the way, next week we are officially starting on the roof on the house, come heck or high water. What's that? Yes, we do. Thank you, buddy. Okay, we need that little plastic box thing. Bring that up here, we're good to go.
It's never said. It only said how tall he was and what his name was. But it never said like where he lived. Do you know where that other guy lived in?
Hey, no. You gotta push into it. High five. Bro! You wanna go?
Did you see the like top?
What do you mean?
Like the roof?
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw you up there, let you sweep it up.
You want to see?
Yeah, let's go see. Bro, sweet. Let's see you do it. You handle it? All right.
We just need.
This is all of the wood that I have left. Cedar just informed me that I have about an hour and 20 minutes before some friends of ours are gonna show up. I want to get this done so bad. Then I want to bring her up here to show it to her, so I gotta hustle. Place is totally finished. All of my camera batteries have gone dead, and I've got about 10 minutes before I need to be done with the house for when our friends show up, but I'm gonna run and grab Cedar and bring her up here real quick and show it to her and see what she thinks.
Show where they work really hard on the house to fix it up, and then it's like they pull the curtain back.
I don't think they leave this big of a mess out in front of
No,
that house.
I can
though.
tell you've been here.
Ignore the mess, please.
Ooh-wee.
It's a little dusty still.
Wow.
This ladder is cool.
The light is really cute.
Oh, and then the, whoa.
You can turn those little lights on up there if you want to.
This is big. This is way bigger than I thought.
Push that little light.
Whoops.
So we got smoke detector. You got a
Carbon monoxide, smoke,
monoxide.
fire.
fire extinguisher.
Cool.
And the wood stove is gonna go right there probably next week.
We have to drill a hole up through the.
I'm gonna do a out the back. I'm not gonna go through the roof.
Through the side.
You like my little? That's a real lamp right
that's
there.
Really cute. Make sure you keep the fire extinguisher close to that.
Yeah, those things are typically okay if you know what you're doing.
It's so cool up here. Oh, are
That was
you
my
okay?
hand. It's a little dusty up here. We're gonna bring Mom's vacuum up here and
Oh,
clean it
then
up.
he can do it on that side. Oh, he can.
This is your big giant playhouse.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to put a little desk in front of that window. Maybe a little bookshelf or something over
Have
here.
you, the upstairs is so big, I feel like way bigger than I thought. Way bigger.
I finished all the outside. Everything's totally done. So I just need to figure out where I'm going to put an outhouse and then.
You want to put a clear like?
What about right there?
No, but I'm going to sand everywhere there's footprints, and I'm going to just sand all the little dirt off there, clean it up a little bit. But
What about like, is there not going to be like a railing right here?
I don't know. You want a railing? You feel like you need a railing?
No.
Yes.
I was just wondering.
Yes, I need a railing.
That's a lot of junk there, Calme.
You know how much money that is right there?
Yeah, that's like $5,000 worth of wood. So Monday, you guys are going to come help me clean it up. All right, let's get out of here.